Hello, hello, and welcome to the Jerick Show. As always, the only show you need on a weekly basis to give you your security aware cybersecurity. You know the drill, don't you? Where's the button gone? Eric, have you been moving the buttons around again? Yeah.
Welcome to the Jerick Show, featuring your hosts Javvad Malik and Eric Krohn. Timely topics, poorly presented.
Yes, the Jerick Show, the only show you need for your weekly dose of cybersecurity news, views, and opinions, deliberately poorly presented. It takes a lot of talent to make things look this bad. And speaking about things looking bad, Eric, how you doing?
I knew you were going to lead in with that. Oh my gosh, I'm doing okay though. I'm in Austin, Texas right now. Yeehaw!
Wow, are you in the 80s, Austin, Texas? That background does not look modern or.
This is actually like the blackout shade for outside with the window. So this is a funky hotel though, man. It's like it's trendy. I don't do trendy, but it's like pink and avocado green all over the place, like the 70s colors. And the restaurant downstairs, a bunch of the tables are like in the old swimming pool. I'm not even kidding. And you get like bar food in a tray that you have to order up front. And I'm like, man, it's too trendy and hip for me, man. Give me a traditional hotel any day of the week.
You know, there's a years ago I saw there's a Instagram account, or a Twitter account, and it was just like give us food in plates or something like, or give us normal food, and it has all these pictures of these hip places that they'll give you like your food served on like a shovel or like a broken tile or like a basket or something, and they're like, no, just give us the food normally, please.
It's kind of how I feel about this place. Plus, so Austin, Texas is a big music city.
Yeah.
Okay. Like almost like Nashville type country music and music in general. And this hotel I'm in, I've got to be about 20 feet from a live venue because 2 of the 3 nights I've been here, they had concerts outside until like middle of the night, man, and loud. And it was like, man, this is insane. It's an old building, so it's not very well soundproofed. So it's been an interesting stay here in Austin this time around.
Oh no. Okay, so the first story: Amazon move.
I love the way you did that. You're like, oh no, moving on.
The Amazon Move It leaker claims to be an ethical hacker. Is this the modern day version of it's just a prank, bro? It's just a prank when after someone goes and smashes a pie into your face and whatever
Right.
public. It's
how could they even claim that with dumping the kind of data that they've dumped out there?
Yeah, they posted 2.8 million lines of Amazon employee data. And now they're claiming they're only doing so to raise awareness of poor security practices. How is this in any way helping anyone? How is this like, that's like setting fire to a building and saying it wasn't arson. I was showing how poor the fire controls were or how slow the fire brigade is like to respond. This is like so irresponsible.
Yeah, it's not responsible reporting at all. And it's not like organizations these days, especially large ones like this, don't have a place for people to go and talk about, potential bugs and things like that. Like this is just crazy that they're going, oh, I'm an ethical hacker. So I dumped all of this employee information out there, which is absolute crap. I don't know. Back in the day,
I'm sure there might be like if there's any ethical hackers watching, you can chime in the comments. But even when a system's in scope and you bypass it and you can see the data, you don't download the data and have a copy for yourself and then say, "Aha! Here in the findings, here's all the data." No, you just stop there and you share it, because then you're opening up a whole can of worms about data management and privacy and all that kind of stuff.
And so I mean, there's the argument for certain things like what recently that Synology hack, right? Like it was live hacked, sort of released the vulnerability at the conference there in Ireland. And, then of course everything goes from there. And yeah, they demonstrated it live. And I suppose the same argument could almost be used with that, but I don't think it's quite the same as dumping a bunch of people's information out there. I mean, obviously, Symantec got involved very quickly, patched that, sent it out, et cetera, et cetera. But that's very different, showing an exploit like that live, knowing and coordinating with them, that this is going to how it all worked and stuff later, as opposed to dumping information like this, because this will never go away.
No,
like that exploit, that vulnerability is done. It's fixed by Symantec. This stuff, when you dump a bunch of information like that, it's never going away.
No, it isn't. And this is their statement. People, I'm not a hacker. Okay. If something requires a username or password, even a default password, I will not try and use it. I track all of the ransom group sites and have my own tools that find AWS and other open buckets. I download everything I can from ransom group tool sites and from open cloud services. Once I have it, I clean the data, remove duplicates from the source, and remove fields, columns where the data is used. This is just like someone making up the rules as they go along. It's like, I'm not a thief. I'm not a burglar. I just find if someone's accidentally left their door unlocked or window unlocked, I go in and grab all their things, leave with it. Then I iron their clothes. Yeah, exactly. It's I'm not buying it, not for a second.
No, you just don't mess with this kind of data. You don't grab a copy of it for yourself. You just don't. You just don't.
Be better, people. Be better. Responsible disclosure paths exist for a reason.
Amen.
So China's Volt Typhoon crew and its botnet surge back with a vengeance.
Yeah. So I don't know if you know, there's a number of these typhoon groups now. I don't know what it is with the China APTs or the groups, but it's all typhoon, this typhoon, that typhoon, et cetera, et cetera. So kind of interesting, because I don't know that I've really seen a lot of action on the botnet side for a while. I mean, maybe it's going on, but we don't hear about it.
No, I mean, that's the thing. I think a lot of stuff carries on going on, but the news cycles deem what is newsworthy, or the outlets, or what's more interesting, because you can't report on the same thing week after week. So I think it's there, but sort of like low level stuff. But now it's kind of like you said, the botnet stuff seems kind of sort of like a newish pivot. Compromising old Cisco routers doesn't seem like a new pivot for anyone.
No. I mean, how many times have we seen these old, especially like Soho or home routers?
Yeah.
That their exploit is a hard-coded password or admin because they never bothered to change it, right? Like that's not necessarily something new by any means.
No.
But the fact that they're back at it, I mean, this is one that we kind of thought we had eradicated, I think, when we took out all of their stuff, right? Like wiped their infrastructure. But no, they're back. Back streets.
Thing is, all right. Oh my God. Please tell me you didn't say that.
Oh yeah. You want me to do the bye?
Yes, bye. Okay, we will let him get it out of his system, his whole NSYNC era, or Backstreet Boys, or New Kids on the Block, whatever it is. But
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, I think what it is, taking out the infrastructure is a temporary measure until you actually handcuff people, put them behind bars where they can't get behind the keyboard again, because there's always splinter groups. They always, you dismantle them. Sometimes they have arguments, they split off, but the people are there. They're the ones that are doing it. And the problem is, as long as they're nation protected, like state protected, like Russian protected or Chinese or American, whatever it might be, then they're going to be free to carry on doing whatever they want to do. So
let's be honest, even if they're just well funded, they don't necessarily have to be specifically protected. But
Yeah.
so much corruption in places these days, it's real easy. That's why we hardly ever see people actually get busted for this kind of stuff. It's a rarity
Yes.
anymore to actually see people go down for this kind of stuff.
No,
And
that's right. No, even like you see those people, they track down the Indian call center scammers, and they'll find the actual building they're based in, the location, which floors they're on. I even saw one guy, he actually flew over to India, and he went into their office, and he sort of like said hello to some of the people just to catch them on camera and what have you. But local police were like, no, there's no evidence, or we're going to do something.
Yeah.
But, like you said, corruption, payoffs, what have you, and nothing changes. So you're right. I think it's, if you've got enough money and you live in a country where, people do, it's like the Chief Wiggum sort of thing where like, I'm just going to leave this stack of the stack of notes here and look the other way for a second.
Yeah, exactly. I do want to point out though, I absolutely love it every time you say you're right, which you just did. You told me I was right. And this is a special moment. I'm actually probably going to use AI to go back through all of our episodes and make a collage of you saying when I'm right.
And then I'll take it and I'll just add the word wing to the end of it. So if you want to play that game, we'll do that.
All right. I have an airport to get to and not too much time here. So
okay, HIBP notifies 57 people of hot topic data breach. So HIBP, also known as Have I Been Pawned? One day they'll find the O instead of the G. Warns that an alleged data breach exposed the personal information of, what is that, 56 million? Nearly 57 million accounts?
Yeah, that's not a small number, man.
No, that is not a small number.
Who knew that there were this many people shopping at those brands?
So Hot Topic, Box Lunch, and Torrid. The exposed details contain full names, email addresses, date of birth, phone numbers, physical address, purchase history, and partial credit card data. So the credit card data is not important.
As long as it's partial credit card data, not the whole thing. All the rest of that doesn't matter at all, right?
That's it.
Whew, yeah. Why do they need to store all this information? I mean, I guess from online orders and stuff, I suppose. But like dates of birth, I guess it's to send you marketing and stuff. But this is an example, at least in my mind, of all these organizations want all this information. And so we gladly give it to them, and then they absolutely fail to protect it. And I think I'm just grumpy about that, man. I'm starting to get more and more annoyed by this kind of stuff all the time when I see all of this stuff. And they're just sucking up all this information. I guarantee you, of those 56 million accounts or whatever it was that was hit there, that probably half of them haven't been used in 5 years.
Yeah, probably it's a one-time purchase. Someone had to go, but if you go order online, you have to give all the details, and they probably store it or create an account for you to be helpful for the future. And
it's like, Lord of the Rings, right? With Smaug the dragon in there with all the gold and stuff. That's like how these marketing teams seem to be around this kind of data. But really, it's useless. It's worthless if it's been several years since somebody made a single purchase.
Exactly.
Why do you keep this stuff around? I mean, I don't know. Do you feel like over in Europe it's better under like the GDPR type stuff, or do you think this kind of stuff still happens as much over there?
There's probably some semblance of better records management because of GDPR, but typically organizations still try to hoover up as much as they can. And what's really happened over here in recent years is like, like loyalty cards at big stores like Tesco, whatever. Before you on the purchase, you collect some points and then you could redeem them for something afterwards, and that was good. But now they have 2 prices on everything. Literally, if you go to buy something, it's like £3 if you just buy it cash. But if you use a loyalty card, it's £1.50. it's like half price or like severely discounted. And it's really, I think it's really pushing, especially like people who can't afford stuff, or like, well, most people like with a crunch, it's like forcing people to like, hey, you're free to pay the normal price,
Right.
but this is what the price of your privacy is. Literally, it's like 20 to 50% more. And I think that is like so manipulative and so evil in so many ways, which is why I just buy everything from AliExpress now. It's just like, fine. I'll give my data to somebody, to the Chinese, but it's okay. At least they give me severely discounted products.
I laugh at you, but I have a bunch of stuff coming in from the 11/11 sale, so I don't have much room to argue there. But it's so over here we definitely have the loyalty programs and stuff all over the place, and sometimes you can get a better deal, like if it's on sale. You got to use your loyalty card or whatever if it's on sale, and then you get the BOGO or whatever it is that happens to be there. But generally speaking, I think if I go to one of the convenience stores here, they all have loyalty programs. Nothing but maybe the fountain drink is going to be discounted if I use the card. Just keeping track of my spending, my habits, my all of that kind of stuff, which is going to go in a nice, neat database, which is going to get owned by somebody in the near future. And now even more information about my bad habits and craving for donuts is going to get out there. So
yeah. At midnight when you're awoken by the sound of a concert.
Oh God, dude. I'm telling you, between that and my haunted lamp here, that one was freaking me out a little bit too. I'm listening to an audiobook that has like a bunch of voodoo stuff going on in it. And then I go to bed and I'm laying here and I'm talking like 10 feet away from me. All of a sudden the light turns on. Click.
Amazing.
I was like, wait a minute. And it kept doing it. So
see, we can only hope that one day maybe your brain will get possessed and then it'll go click and turn on. And finally, you become a useful member of society.
I was going to ask you if you thought that would help.
Well. Anyway, hope you get out your haunted room soon. Hope you get home and hope you get a good night's sleep. And
Sure. Heading out to the airport.
Cool. So we won't keep you. With that, we'll say goodbye to Eric and we'll say goodbye to you. Until next time, stay secure, everyone.